Well, students, so today we are going to discuss another important topic of B.Ed, which is a education and Indian Constitution and status of education. Right? So, all we will discuss in today's lecture. Okay. So, I want to start from my first slide, education, guys, because you all are going to become a teacher. You should know about the education. Education, guys, it is as old as the human race. It is never ending process of one's inner growth and development. And its periods can be stretched from cradle to grave. You can see in the next slide, cradle to grave. It means, education starts from the cradle when the baby born. And, person dies, but education not. So the whole life is the education. John Dewey हुए हैं, he was a pragmatist. In 1938, he wrote a one book, Education and Experience. And he said that all the experience in my life is the education and all the education is an experience. And I want to tell you that whatever is in your course, whatever is in your syllabus, either fifth class, sixth class, seventh, eighth, ninth, 10th, plus one, plus two, right? You can check the contents. What are the contents? Basically, what is happening in the world, right? What is happening in the society? So these are the, this is your course curriculum. So guys, whenever you have to teach to the student, you don't have to just read the book and, putting into the mind of the student. This is not a teaching. First of all, the concept should be cleared in your mind. Who am I? And, to whom I'm going to teach, what I have to teach. Concept is very much clear. But mostly students are confused because of the teacher. So guys, always remember teacher plays a very important role, right? So education is a never ending process of one's inner growth and development. There is a one definition of a Rabindranath Tagore. Rabindranath Tagore has said that regarding the education, he said that a lamp can never light to another lamp until it continues to burn its own flame. It means teacher should be learner first. So if you are a very good learner and out of a 24 hours in a day, you are giving a 2 hours to your study, basically for your development. If you are a giving, so then you can claim as a good teacher. And trust me, you will have to give. Guys, because now we have to sharp our mind. If we don't have something in our mind, so how can we teach to the student? So teacher should be aware of that everything what is happening in the society. This is the responsibility of the teacher to train the students. So the period of education can be stretched from cradle to grave. You have come to know that. Okay, little bit we have already discussed. Okay, but today, I have to start the topic Indian constitutions and status of education. So I thought little bit only for the 5 minutes, we can discuss about the educations. So always whenever you have to teach to the student, teach from simple to complex. Okay, I can also start directly the Indian constitutions, right? But from a simple way to complex. At least, matlab, you should be ready to learn. And whenever I have to transfer the knowledge, you should know, from that way, you are getting the knowledge. And these three things you all always have to remember. Education is derived from the three word: educare, eduseer, and educatum. Educare means to bring up, to raise, to nourish. It means whenever you are teaching to the student, you have to nourish as the mother nourishes her child. You have to raise up. You have to bring up the level of the student. And for this, you should be, pure heart. You should have a pure heart, right, guys? Only then you can, you should be worried about. You think that you have come into the teaching field. This is your first responsibility to think about the student. If you have such kind of a feeling, then you can become a good teacher. Educator means to lead out. Teaching kya cheez hai? What is a teaching? Teaching doesn't mean that you know everything about the particular topic. and you boasting that, claiming that you are a very good teacher. Guys, try to understand this is only the content knowledge which you have got of a particular subject. Basically, teaching means pedagogy, how to deliver the content. Teaching क्या चीज होती है? What is teaching? What is education? What we are doing that? Basically, we are learning that how to transfer the knowledge. Okay, मतलब what we think that कि we have the knowledge and we think that कि we have a mastery over the particular topic. It does not mean that, it does not claim that all of your student 30 40 students have got the mastery. याद रखना, if you do not have the mastery, but if you have a good pedagogy skills, right, you can better teach to the students. Irrespective, you have less knowledge about the topic, but you know how to transfer the knowledge. But if there is a one teacher, having the mastery over the content knowledge, a very good, English level, but doesn't know how to transfer the content, how to deliver the knowledge, how to teach pedagogy analysis, he cannot teach, effectively to the student. Actually, always you have to remember the outcome of the student, the result. Report card hota hai na, report card. Student has got, this is his marks. This is his marks, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th. वो report card किसका है? Report card आपका है वो. It is not of the student. हाँ, the report card of the student, the outcome of the student depends on the teacher. Do you know that? Yes. Ab, I'm teaching you, B.Ed, right? So I have the, I know that I have the, 7th, 8th month. Okay. In the next year, you are going to appear that in the particular 7 papers. So I know that. Yes. I know that how I have to, give the knowledge to you. Right? You are thinking that you are learning, but you don't know that, how I am motivating to you, how I am inspiring to you, how I am arousing the learning power of all the students, all the B.Ed trainees. This is my responsibility. And I will show you within a coming days, you will learn all the topics. Everything should be on your fingertip. And you will think that you are learning by yourself, but you don't know that who is motivating you, who is inspiring you, who is stimulating you. Some of the students are not learning, I know that. What I'm going to do in the next couple of days, I'm going to, arrange a test also. Because in the unit 1, childhood and growing up, we are almost finishing the unit 1, right? Okay, and paper 3 में learning and teaching में we are finishing the 2 units. So soon, let the, festivals and all things be passed. I'm, going to start a test. Evaluation is also important part of the teaching. I have discussed with you 3 phases of teaching. One is pre-active, second is interactive, third is a post-active. Pre-active stage में, I have to prepare the lecture. Second आ गया interactive stage, I am interacting with you face to face. My third thing is balance. Third thing is the evaluation stage, where I have to check whether you have grasped or not. Even little bit I'm, discussing with you, I'm asking the question, last paper, last lecture, I'm asking the question, but I will also take the test. When I'll take the test, you will start learning, right? Because everybody know that now, all the class have given the test. Why I'm not giving the test? Okay, you will start learning. So guys, actually, I just want to tell you, it is in the hand of the teacher how to make student ready to learn, right? It is a duty of the teacher. Okay, the report card of the student, result of the student depends upon the teacher, how the teacher is teaching to the student. And I have many times I have told you, every child is a genius. Please put in your mind, all the children are the genius. Not even a student, single student is a weak on this planet. Weak is always teacher. Student is never ever weak. right? So this is the important meaning of literal meaning of education. These are the Latin words. Basically, education has derived from the Latin word educare, educier, and educatum, right? So you have to bring up your student, raise up your student, nourish your students, लीड आउट करना है, ड्रा आउट करना है, डालना नहीं है माइंड के अंदर, निकालना है. दिस इज कॉल्ड द एजुकेशन, दिस इज कॉल्ड द टीचिंग. ये डेफिनेशन सी. हाँ, ऋग्वेद एजुकेशन इज ए समथिंग विच मेक्स ए मैन सेल्फ रिलायंट एंड सेल्फलेस. Upanishad has said that education is that whose end product is salvation. And these are the modern definition of a Swami Vivekananda and Mahatma Gandhi. Swami Vivekananda has said that education is the manifestation of the divine perfection already existing in a man. आप बताइए. Already, when the student in a 3 years old comes in your school, okay, he has all the powers, all the things. So now rest of your duty, how you have to, draw out. And Mahatma Gandhi has said that by education, I mean an all round trying out of the best in child and man, body, mind, and spirit. Body means physical development, mind means intellectual development, spirit means spiritual development. And here I want to add that, can you tell me the modern aim of education? The modern aim of education is the harmonious development of the child. Yes, you have to do harmonious development of the child. You have to do the physical development of the child, intellectual development of the child, spiritual development of the child, aesthetic development of the child, emotional development of the child, right? So these all development you have to do. This is your duty. And tell me that, if you say that you are only focusing on the content, so it is not a education, it is not an teaching, right? You should know how to develop your student so that student can learn by himself or herself. Remember, you have to become the ideal for the student. Student then only learns. He knows each and everything. Okay, how much preparation you have, how much preparation teacher have, right? So, some of the nature and characteristics of education. Education, guys, it is a lifelong process. I have already discussed. It starts from the cradle and in the grave. It starts from the womb and end in the tomb. बच्चा जब माँ के पेट में भी होता है तब भी एजुकेशन स्टार्ट हो जाती है. रिमेंबर द चैप्टर ऑफ महाभारत. ओके, व्हेन द अर्जुन वाज डिस्कसिंग विद हिज वाइफ, तो उसका जो बेटा था माँ के पेट में ही उसने वो ज्ञान ले लिया था, हाउ टू ब्रेक दैट वो चक्रव्यूह. लेकिन जब वो खोलने की बात आई तो तब तक माँ को नींद आ गई थी. सो ये लाइफ लॉन्ग प्रोसेस होती है एजुकेशन. एजुकेशन, जॉन एडम ने बोला बाइपोलर प्रोसेस है बिटवीन टीचर एंड द स्टूडेंट, बट जॉन डेवे number 3 talks about education is a tripolar process. John Dewey has given a very authentic and practical characteristics of the education. He said that the teacher has to teach in the light of what is going on into the society. ये देखिए next, the teacher has to teach to the student, right, what is going into the society, keeping in mind the curriculum. Yes. So, for example, I'm teaching to you. So, all the curriculum, I know that. First of all, I have to learn all the curriculum. Then I have to make a plan, how I have to deliver, how you will, learn it. So, this is a science basically, right? And education is a multipolar process. You can learn from TV, newspaper, radio, internet, family, community. Education is a deliberate process. याद रखना, ये deliberate process है. हाँ, पढ़ना पड़ता है, पढ़ाना पड़ता है, टाइम लगाना पड़ता है. यस, देयर इज ए नो अल्टरनेट, कोई अल्टरनेट ही नहीं है. बिकॉज ऑफ अराउजिंग लर्निंग पावर्स, गाइज, यू आर टीचिंग टू द स्टूडेंट, एंड टीचर आर कॉल्ड द नेशन बिल्डर. You can see all the educations of all the countries, they have developed because of the good teacher, because of the teaching systems. Right, good teaching systems. वहां की सरकारें भी they are investing more and more money on the education, but वो ऐसा इंडिया में अभी नहीं है. Sociological process, एजुकेशन एक सोशियोलॉजिकल प्रोसेस है. यस, सोसाइटी वेयर यू आर पुटिंग अप. Okay. So whatever you are learning, so sociology, process of a individual adjustment. Education, it is a, you know, kind of you have to teach in a such way to the student so that he should know that how to adjust oneself. Adjustment नहीं होती है कई बच्चों की, देखा होगा आपने, right? And you start complaining that कि student is a naughty, student is this. ऐसा नहीं है. Okay. Once you come to know that how to teach about emotional intelligence of the student, about the mental level knowledge of the student na, तो guys trust me, you know that how to handle the class. हाँ, ऐसा कुछ नहीं होता, राइट? शरारती बच्चे ये वो सब ना, ये एक्सक्यूजेस हैं. हाँ, इट इज मेड बाय some of the teacher who doesn't know the teaching process very well, right? ऐसा कुछ नहीं होता. If you have a good knowledge how to deliver the content, every day you are learning that, you are updating your knowledge that, तो guys ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं होता. बच्चा बच्चा क्लास में हिलेगा भी नहीं. Okay, when you are teaching to the student. So B.Ed में we have to learn this thing. It is a teaching methodology course, right? In a B.Ed, we do not have to muck up the things. We have to learn how to teach basically. So whenever you have to learn any of your topic, I have shared the notes with you. So you have to learn like a teacher. You have to think that I am a teacher. I have to deliver the content to the student. This should be the my strategy. It is a theoretical as well as practical process, science as well as child-centered process. टीचिंग एक, एजुकेशन एक चाइल्ड सेंटर्ड प्रोसेस है. इसका मीनिंग क्या है? व्हाट इज द मीनिंग ऑफ दैट? मीनिंग इज दैट you are you have to forget about the building, forget about the classroom. The first important thing is the student in front of you. हाँ, you cannot claim that you have a very beautiful building and you are teaching well. वहां के जो स्टूडेंट्स होते हैं, वहां के जो टीचर्स होते हैं, राइट, उनका जो एजुकेशन सिस्टम्स होता है, दैट मेक्स टीचिंग लर्निंग इफेक्टिव. अब आप ये देख लो, अब इंडिया के अंदर व्हेन यू टॉक अबाउट इंडिया, ओके, आई जस्ट यू वांट टू टेक द एग्जांपल ऑफ इंडिया. अब इंडिया में आप देखिए, लॉट ऑफ पर्संस हैविंग लॉट ऑफ मनी, है ना, लॉट ऑफ स्कूल्स दे हैव ओपेंड, राइट? बट whenever we talk about the education system, so always we have, whenever your baby born, so what do you think that I have to put my baby into the convent schools, Christian schools, right? All the educations, Christians, all the convent schools, it is a basically एक धारणा बनी है, सारा कुछ बना है कि भाई their teaching system, their methods, their discipline, it is a very good. And almost every parent wants that कि उनका जो बच्चा है, मतलब they put into the convent schools. Even in some of the places सीट्स भी नहीं मिलती हैं उनको, है ना? that. Why? Because उनका सिस्टम बहुत बढ़िया है. All the sisters, all the fathers, Hana, you have seen that they are very particular about the educations. Even some of the congregations, they are allotted for, they are the best, they are working on the education, right? उनका system आप ये देखिए. So guys, ये how it happened? It happened because of the good teachers, not about मतलब they have the money. ऐसा नहीं है. Some congregations, they don't have the money, but they have the good education system. They know that. How to teach to the student, how to make student self-reliant, and how to so that the student can learn by himself. So teacher makes the things good, right? That's why teachers are called the nation builder and torch bearer of the society. So everything all depends upon the teacher, right? So these are the some of the characteristics of the education. ये देखिए जॉन डेवी है. He has said that education is not preparation for life. Education is the life itself. Trust me, when you start learning na, matlab you will feel, matlab enjoy. You lot of things you have that. Guys, अब आज की डेट में तो there are a lot of apps have come. अब almost I tell you about myself. I finish one book around 1 week or 10 days. So you know what happens, I tell you. Suppose I'm driving a car. Okay, I have a one app, right? Audio book है, audio book है. So I open the audio book. Suppose I'm traveling 4 hours, 3 hours. Okay, तो it starts, है ना, वो पढ़ना स्टार्ट कर देगा ऑटोमेटिकली, राइट? तो आई नो दैट विद इन ए 3 hours, यू नो, आई विल फिनिश फॉर एग्जाम्पल 10 chapters, है ना? ओके, तो यू नो व्हाट आई डू दैट, मतलब आई नो दैट आई माई ट्रेवलिंग टाइम इज ए 1 hour. Okay, but I have to learn these 10 chapters in a book. Do you know what I do that? You know, I go into the app और उसमें जो होता है ना, स्पीड ऑफ स्पीकिंग, दैट वाज नॉर्मल होती है, उसको मैं आई पुट ऑन द नंबर 2. ओके, वो 2 पे आ जाती है. तो देन यू नो ऑडियो बुक स्टार्ट्स, यू नो, स्पीकिंग स्विफ्टली. ओके, सो दैट from that way you can finish that. So the main important thing is that you have to get the matter, you know, you should know that what the book is saying that. Yes, Kuku FM mein I have taken the subscription of that particular apps. New books are coming, lot of platforms, you are also aware of that. So hame we have to indulge, matlab actually we have to make our mind you know, learner. अपने माइंड को लर्नर हमने बनाना है. Guys, this is all the training. And if you think that you do not have to do this thing, तो do you know what will happen? क्योंकि वो जो स्पेस पड़ी हुई है, तो आपका माइंड ऑटोमेटिकली बी इन्वॉल्व इन सम ऑफ थिंग्स. You will never know that how much time you have given to a particular things which you never know. Once you don't have the control of your mind, this is all about the mind game. Do you know that there is a one phrase, it is called that mind is the best servant, bad master. Mind is the best servant, bad master. Once you have the control, ओके, एक हफ्ते के अंदर अराउंड 50 आवर्स होते हैं और डेज में 24 आवर्स होते हैं. यू कैन मैनेज ऑल द थिंग्स, बट यू डिडंट गिव द ट्रेनिंग टू योर माइंड, तो यू नेवर नो दैट, यू नो, हाउ द टाइम इज गोइंग ऑन. So being teacher, guys, you have to particular about it. So automatically, you know, your student will learn this habit from you. अच्छा, एक और डेफिनेशंस है जॉन डेवे हैज सेड अबाउट एजुकेटर एंड फिलोसफर्स हुए. अब देखो, आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट कि जॉन डेवे एक प्रैग्मेटिस्ट हुए थे, है ना? पर हमारे सिलेबस में तो इजम्स इतने हैं ही नहीं है. गाइस, मतलब व्हाट यू शुड डू दैट, होल ऑफ द वीक यू हैव whatever I'm teaching to you, उसको तो लर्न करो ही चलो, है ना? It will come in the exam. Side by side, you know, learn the pragmatism also. मतलब you should have a one library in your room, है ना? उसमें से बुक वो पढ़ लो. pragmatism टॉपिक्स ही बहुत बढ़िया. आप ये देखिए, isms है, philosophy of education है, राइट? सो ऐसा नहीं कि जितना सर पढ़ा रहे हैं उतना ही पढ़ना है. So you have to develop this habit. So the main thing, you have to develop the habit, automatically will start coming in your mind. You will never know that your mind is working that, because you have control over your mind and your mind has become the servant. And if you do not have the control, then it will work as a bad master. These types of educations, okay? 3 types of educations होती हैं, याद रखना. There are 3 category of educations: formal, informal, non-formal. Number 1, formal education is imparted into the between the 4 walls. You can say that schools, colleges are the examples of the formal education. Number 1, under a formal education, it is a structure, you know, classes, syllabus, and you know, the student has to appear for that exam after a 1 year and after a 6 month. Everything is structured. So you can say that formal education is a structured way. Now we discuss the non-formal. Informal में बाद में आता हूं. Non-formal होगी like a correspondence. Okay, you have taken the admissions, doing any of the course from the university. So in university takes your like classes only for the 15 days, 20 days in a 6 month, right? Personal contact programs kind of, and it is not kind of, you can say that the semi-structured. Okay. Informal educations ये होती है. Informal means from everywhere you're getting the information. This is called the informal education. For example, today I'm, you know, reading the newspaper. So some of the articles, वो मुझे बहुत अच्छे लगे आर्टिकल। सो व्हाट आई डिड दैट, मैंने उसको सीजर से वो आर्टिकल को कट कर लिया, और वो जो आर्टिकल था पर्टिकुलर, तो एक बॉक्स बनाया मैंने अपना, उस आर्टिकल्स उसको उसमें डाल दिया, राइट। तो लेटर ऑन आई विल लर्न दैट आर्टिकल मोर, आई विल लर्न अबाउट इट। सो दिस इज इनफॉर्मल एजुकेशन, राइट। तो टीचर डजंट नो दैट कि ही शुड नो अबाउट हिज पर्टिकुलर टॉपिक। अब आपने देखा होगा, देयर आर लॉट ऑफ एक्सक्यूजेस। सोशल साइंस टीचर है ना, उसको बोलते हैं भी तू इंग्लिश पढ़ा, यू हैव टू टीच द साइंस। ही सेज दैट कि आई एम ए सोशल साइंस टीचर, हाउ कैन आई टीच द साइंस एंड अदर सब्जेक्ट। Guys, this is not a answer. If you know how to teach, you can teach any of the subject. Yes, any of the subject. Basically, you should know how to teach. Basically, this is the important. And this thing your student should say that. Your record should say that, right? So ये देखो, फॉर्मल एजुकेशन यूजली एट स्कूल, स्ट्रक्चर्ड है, यूजली प्री अरेंज्ड होती है, लर्निंग इज इवेल्युएटेड कंपल्सरी। नॉन फॉर्मल एजुकेशन लाइक ए कॉरस्पॉन्डेंस। इनफॉर्मल को देखो, दिस इज इंपॉर्टेंट। इनफॉर्मल एजुकेशन एवरीवेयर यू कैन टेक इट, अनस्ट्रक्चर्ड है, वॉलेंटरी है, लर्निंग इज नॉट इवेल्युएटेड, नॉट सिक्वेंशियल्स, राइट। अब देखो, स्कूल सिस्टम जो है, स्कूल सिस्टम हैज कम ओनली 150 इयर्स बैक। 150 साल पहले कोई स्कूल वगैरह नहीं था यहाँ पे, राइट। तो यू कांट से दैट नाउ दैट टाइम द स्टूडेंट वर नॉट एजुकेटेड, ओके। दे कैन गेट द इनफॉर्मल एजुकेशन इन द गुरुकुल्स, ओके। आपको मालूम है, डू यू नो दैट अभी भी इंडिया के अंदर, मतलब आई हैव मेट विद, पर्सनली आई हैव मेट विद मेनी पेरेंट्स, honestly, truly I'm discussing with you, many parents I have discussed, I have met with the many parents, they do not allow their child into the schools, they are giving educations at home, फादर और मदर है वो उनको एजुकेशन दे रहे हैं। तो हमें बेसिकली डिग्री एंड डिप्लोमाज आर नॉट द क्राइटेरिया कि यू आर ए बिकम द मास्टर ऑफ दैट पर्टिकुलर थिंग, ऐसा नहीं है। आप यू नो दैट ना, अभी लॉट ऑफ सॉफ्टवेयर इंजीनियर्स, मतलब दे हैव डन द डिग्री इन द मैकेनिकल एंड दे हैव बिकम द सॉफ्टवेयर इंजीनियर। अब आप, इफ यू आर अवेयर ऑफ ए न्यू एजुकेशन पॉलिसी, यू विल कम टू नो दैट, what you will come to know that even in the +1 or +2 of BA 1 or 2, okay, you can take the हिस्ट्री सब्जेक्ट। 3 सब्जेक्ट्स लेने होते हैं हमें ग्रेजुएशन में, या 4, हाँ, आफ्टर द +2। तो इफ यू हैव टू टेक द 3 सब्जेक्ट, ओके। तो अर्लियर क्या था, व्हाट वाज अर्लियर, यू थिंक दैट कि आई में आर्ट्स स्टूडेंट्स, ह्यूमैनिटी स्टूडेंट्स, है ना, यू पिक द हिस्ट्री, इकोनॉमिक्स, पॉलिटिकल साइंस, टेल मी कैन यू टेक द साइंस सब्जेक्ट? नहीं ना, बिकॉज यू नो दैट कि भाई साइंस सब्जेक्ट इज टेकन बाय द नॉन मेडिकल एंड मेडिकल स्टूडेंट्स। बट न्यू एजुकेशन पॉलिसी में ऐसा नहीं है, मतलब आफ्टर द +2 व्हेन यू गो इनटू द कॉलेज, यू कैन टेक द हिस्ट्री सब्जेक्ट, साइंस सब्जेक्ट, कॉमर्स सब्जेक्ट, यस यू कैन टेक इट, बिकॉज इवन हमने ही आफ्टर so many years, policy has come. Our last policy was 1986. First commission was, first commission came in 1952-53, then 64-66, then 86, 1992 revised tha, or new education policy came in India after 34 years. It is very unfortunate because the way society is changing, education policy should come after every 3 years or 5 years. So we will discuss the new education policy. So in the new education policy, we can take any of the subject. They have come to know that our, chairmans and, educators and the government officials, we do not have to label the student कि this is a art student, this is a science student. ये क्या है आप ये देखिए ना, we have labeled that कि science students are better than the art students. ऐसा होता ही नहीं है, doesn't mean that. Even classes में भी teacher, parents, we label to the student, this is a weak student, this is a good student. अरे it never happens actually. आप you are उनकी रीजनिंग पावर और उनकी स्टूडेंट्स की जो काफी एबिलिटीज हैं, यू आर गोइंग टू स्टॉप दैट. ओके. बीइंग टीचर यू हैव टू बिकम द फैसिलिटेटर. Whatever the interest of the child, student should go on that interest, and you have to teach to the student according to the interest level of the student. So this is all, I was discussing the informal educations. Okay. So informal education you can get from anywhere. अभी भी lot of companies हैं वहां पे, they are persons, they are working, they are only 10th or plus 2, but they are working like a, wonderful, they are working very wonderful, getting a very good salary. इवन आप ये देखिए, लॉट ऑफ एजुकेटर्स हैं, टॉप लेवल के साइंटिस्ट हैं. ओके, दे वर द ड्रॉप आउट स्टूडेंट्स. उन्होंने 10th में नहीं क्लास अपनी प्रिपेयर की है, तो दे हैव बिकम टॉप लेवल स्टूडेंट्स. मतलब व्हाट आई वांट टू से टू यू अंडर दिस टॉपिक, टाइप्स ऑफ एजुकेशन, you are not bound the degrees and diplomas, right? Basically guys, you have to work on yourself along with the, a beard is going on, then a lot of skills are coming. Even a lot of websites I will discuss with you. You can see the free courses over there, certificate courses over there, any skills courses over there. मतलब we are living in the era of changing technology. मतलब we have to update our knowledge, otherwise मतलब बहुत पीछे रह जाएंगे हम, याद रखना. every day हमें we have to work on ourselves. Yes, we have a very short time because ना, मतलब अब आप ये देखिए आने वाले टाइम में विद इन ए 5 years ही ना, एआई, आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस और चैट जीपीटी, ये सारा राज करने जा रहा है. ओके, इफ यू डू नॉट हैव द नॉलेज ऑफ दीज, इवन वर्ड एक्सेल पावर पॉइंट ना, यू नो दैट है ना, वर्ड एक्सेल पावर पॉइंट, टाइपिंग ए लेटर एंड दिस थिंग, तो ये चैट जीपीटी के थ्रू हो रहा है एवरीथिंग्स. हाँ, इनेबल्ड होगी ये सारी चीजें, राइट? आपका ये मोबाइल है, ये देखिए मोबाइल्स, मोबाइल्स में आप, डू यू नो दैट आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस फीचर, ये सब चीजें ऐड हो गई हैं. एंड डू यू नो दैट whatever you speak, your mobile is listening to you and sending the data to the persons they are behind, they are working on it. They know your interest, they know your philosophy, they know your mind level, and they start sending on to your mobile, and you think that it is coming automatically, but you never know that it is all due to these technologies. So being teacher, you should be aware of that, guys, right? Now we discuss the very important topic, Indian Constitution and status of education. So under this topic, we will discuss concept and meaning of Indian Constitution. This is in your syllabus. This is the paper 2 first topic. Okay, Indian Constitution and status of education. Under this, we will discuss concept and meaning of Constitution, fundamental rights, then list of fundamental rights, then importance of fundamental rights, and the important articles related with education. You must article 14, 15, 16, 21A, 28, 29, 30, 51A, 350 and 351. Right? This is the first part of your syllabus. It will also be covered. Okay. Okay, guys, we start this topic from the Indian Constitution. So you all are aware of the what is Constitution? संविधान क्या है? संविधान, वो जो बुक, ये देखो पीछे देखिए ना बुक, ये संविधान, कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन ऑफ इंडिया. I recommend to all of you, purchase this book. You should have this book in your library. एक बुक मैंने ऑलरेडी आपको रेफर कर दिया, गांधी जी की माई एक्सपेरिमेंट्स विद ट्रूथ. लिंकन की एक बुक है, वो अपनी लाइब्रेरी के अंदर रखो. ओके, मेक द वन लाइब्रेरी एट योर होम. अब कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन हमारा इंडियन जो संविधान है, इट इज द सुप्रीम लॉ ऑफ इंडिया. It frames fundamental political principle, procedure, practices, right, power and duties of the government. संविधान हमारा Constitution of India was adopted on 26th November, but it came effect on 26th January 1950. राइट? बाबा भीमराव अंबेडकर, आप देख रहे हैं ये फोटो, ठीक है, इन्होंने लिखा था संविधान, राइट, जिसके अंदर हम अभी नेक्स्ट स्लाइड्स में वी विल कम टू लर्न दैट. ओके, मतलब व्हाट आर आवर राइट्स बेसिकली. Okay, so it came effect on 26 January 1950. That's why 26 January every year is celebrated as the Republic Day of India, right? अब फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल यू शुड नो ना फंडामेंटल राइट्स होते क्या हैं. फंडामेंटल राइट्स. अब बिफोर गोइंग डीपर इन दिस टॉपिक, आई जस्ट वांट टू टेल यू, व्हेन द बेबी born in India, this is the fundamental right of the baby to provide him or her education free of cost up to the age of 6 to 14. This is the fundamental right. Yes. और भी हैं, हम पढ़ते हैं इसको, डिस्कस करते हैं. Fundamental rights are the basic human rights enshrined in the Constitution of India, which are guaranteed to all citizens. They are applied without discrimination on the basis of race, religion, gender. Article 12 to 35 of Indian constitutions deal with the fundamental right. Okay, guys, अब हम डिस्कस करते हैं. And I advise to all of you, you should be aware of that. And being teacher, being principal, being owner of the school, you must aware of these all the fundamental rights, right? If you are in this field. So basically 6 fundamental rights of Indian constitutions के हैं, right, along with the Indian articles. Okay, right to equality, right to freedom, right against exploitation, right to freedom of religion, cultural and educational right, right to constitutional remedies. These are the 6 fundamental right, or it is put under the articles. ये articles आ गए उनके. Right to equality क्या चीज है? It is fundamental right. Okay, but if you have to learn in detail, it will come under article. Okay, now it is clear to you now. Right to equality is a fundamental right. It comes under the article 14 to 18. If you have to learn thoroughly, so you have to talk about article 14 and 18. And when you say that article 14, it is my right to get this post also advertised by the government, because there is a right of an equal opportunity, right? So article 14, these are the articles related with the particular fundamental right. Okay, so we have to discuss one by one. Okay, so first we discuss right to equality. Okay, these 6 1 2 3 4 5 6, right? All 6 we discuss, we understand. Number 1 is right to equality. So what this article says to you, right to equality, fundamental right, it guarantees equal rights for everyone, irrespective of religion, gender or caste, race or place of birth. It ensures equal opportunities, equal employment opportunities in the government, and ensures against discrimination by the state in the matter of employment on the basis of a caste, religion, etc. This right also includes the abolitions of a title as well as untouchability. मतलब आप ये देख सकते हैं, related with this ना, I have put the figure in front of you. ये देखो. और साथ में ना, along with that ना, you have to also learn that in future how you have to teach. देखो, if you are talking about this thing, तो आपने देखा होगा, I have made a one slide, हाँ, and I have underlined the important point, and I have put the images also. So guys, I have worked on it. The same you have to do that. If you work on that, then your teaching becomes effective, right? So this talks about the equality, irrespective of color, caste, religion. It is a equality. It talks about the equality. Equality of employment opportunities. Okay. This article and fundamental right talks about this. Next is right to freedom. You have the right to freedom. It comes under article 1922, 19 से 22 तक. Okay. It also includes that freedom of speech. You have the freedom of speech, freedom of expression, फ्रीडम ऑफ असेंबली विदाउट आर्म्स, ये आर्म्स मीन्स वेपन, ओके, मतलब यू कैन गैदर and you can discuss a meeting also, do the meeting also, but without arms, if number of persons are collecting in a one place. Freedom of association, freedom to practice any profession in the country, any profession you can do that, you have the freedom. This article saves you. Nobody can you know exploit you, enforce you, right? Ki you have to go in this particular profession. No, this is your right. Right to practice any profession, right to reside any part of the country. Okay, clear to all of you? Third is right against exploitation, and articles is 23, 24. This right implies the prohibitions of traffic in human being, beggar, and other forms of a forced labor. Forced labor. It also implies the prohibition, मतलब रोकता है, of children in factories. The Constitution prohibits the employment of the children under 14 years in the hazardous conditions. मतलब this article talks about under the 14 years na, मतलब there should not be the child labor, forced labor. आप you have seen that na. So this article protects you, okay? And if you go to the court, तो वो जो particular persons है who is exploiting that ना, he will directly go into the jail. Yes. ये देखिए, ये बच्चों के राइट है, और ये राइट है एक्सप्लॉइटेशंस अगर कोई कर रहा है तो उससे बचने के लिए, ओके? तो वी शुड नो दैट. Article 2, freedom of religion. Guys, we have the freedom, we can propagate, मतलब प्रचार कर सकते हैं हम किसी भी रिलीजन का, ये हमारा राइट है. हाँ, nobody can stop. If any person is stopping, going to the court, right? So this article protects you. There is a equal respect given to all religion. Yes, ये हमारे राइट्स हैं, ये फंडामेंटल राइट्स हैं, 1950 में लिख के जा चुके हैं, ठीक है? राइट. There is a freedom of a conscience, profession, practice and propagation of religion. आपकी मर्जी है, आपकी conscious, if your conscious allow you to join this particular religion, go into the particular religion, propagation of a particular religion, you can go that. Nobody can stop you. This is your fundamental right. फंडामेंटल राइट है ये आपका फंडामेंटल राइट. द स्टेट हैज नो ऑफिशियल रिलीजन. ये जो आप ऐसे जो व्हाट्सएप ज्ञान है ना, ये ऐसे मोबाइल्स के अंदर सारा ये व्हाट्सएप ज्ञान आ रहा है. दिस इज द करेक्ट नॉलेज विच यू शुड नो अबाउट इट. Every person has the right to freely practice his or her faith, establish and maintain religious and charitable institutions. You can open, you can start. ये देखो, right to profess, right to practice, image देखिए, right to propagate. ओके, ये आर्टिकल्स कहता है आपको, तो nobody can stop. आपने देखा होगा ना, कुछ पर्सन्स आ जाते हैं ऐसे स्टॉप करने के लिए, है ना? और वो no need to worry and no need to any kind of a fear from those, because this articles allows you. Cultural and educational rights, article 29 and 30. These rights protect the right of religious, cultural and linguistic minorities by facilitating them to preserve their heritage and culture. Educational rights are for ensuring education for everyone without any discrimination. तो आपने देखा हुआ था ना, पीछे कई ऐसी चीजें आती हैं ना, यू आर अवेयर ऑफ दैट इन ना न्यूज एंड अदर्स. आई एम नॉट गोइंग टू इलेबोरेट दिस थिंग, बट यू आर अवेयर ऑफ दैट. Okay, but here I'm going to tell you that about these articles 29 or 30. It saves your cultural and educational rights, even you are a minority in this country, right? Number 6 is right to, ये 6 है fundamental right, last वाला 6-1, right to constitutional remedies, article 32 to 35. The Constitution guarantees remedies if citizens' fundamental rights are violated. The government cannot infringe upon or curb anyone's right. ये देखो, करने वाले तो गाइस स्टेट के ऊपर भी ना, स्टेट्स के ऊपर भी, इफ यू नो स्टेट इज डूइंग एक्सप्लॉइटिंग दैट, राइट, तो कोर्ट तो उनके ऊपर भी एक्शन ले लेती है, स्टेट्स के ऊपर भी, स्टेट ऑफिशियल्स जो होते हैं। ओके, बट यू शुड नो दैट ना एटलीस्ट, राइट। देखो इफ यू नो दैट ना, तो देन इट विल मेक यू कॉन्फिडेंट दैट यार मेरे ये राइट्स हैं, मैंने उसके अकॉर्डिंग आई हैव टू वर्क इट, राइट। इवन यू हैव टू टीच टू योर स्टूडेंट्स आल्सो। When these rights are violated, the aggrieved person party can approach to the court. Citizens can even go directly to the Supreme Court, which can issue writs for enforcing fundamental right. आपके अगर आर्टिकल्स को कोई दबाता है, कुछ ऐसा करता है, तो यू कैन डायरेक्टली गो टू द कोर्ट। अब नाउ वी टॉक अबाउट व्हाट आर द सिक्स हो गए हमारे, व्हाट आर द फीचर्स एंड इंपॉर्टेंस ऑफ फंडामेंटल राइट। Number one is fundamental rights are very important because they are like the backbone of the country. They are like the backbone of the country. देखो ये ना बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है, याद रखना सभी को, यू शुड नो दैट ये लॉ, आई टेल यू वन थिंग, एवरीथिंग इज हैपनिंग इन दिस कंट्री ना, even whatever the field you belong to, okay, whatever the course you are doing that, whatever the thing you are doing that, कभी सोचना, एवरीथिंग कम्स अंडर ए लॉ, एवरीथिंग इज ए लॉ, यस, सारा कुछ, एवरीथिंग इज हैपनिंग ड्यू टू द लॉ। एंड इट इज ए वेरी अनफॉर्चुनेट यू आर नॉट अवेयर ऑफ इट, है ना, बीइंग टीचर्स। तो दिस इज ए इंपॉर्टेंट वन। Even there is it is a small topic in your paper, na, it is a paper too, okay। अब guys, actually you have to take this knowledge, you have lot of time, okay, you can work on it, you can go more deeper in it। fundamental rights are very important, it doesn't mean that अभी मेरी लाइब्रेरी में lot of books are there, okay। हाँ, इवन वो पूरी की पूरी ही है, सारी की सारी रिलेटेड विद दी कॉन्स्टिट्यूशंस लॉ। इवन आपने देखा होगा अभी, राइट, आईपीसी है जो, है ना, हम वो उसको चेंज करके, इट हैज चेंज्ड एंड इट हैज कम अंडर द बीएनएस, है ना, भारतीय न्याय समिति, है ना। अर्लियर मतलब वी से दैट ना अंडर सीआरपीसी 143, अब नाउ बीएनएस हैज कम। अब माय फील्ड इज एजुकेशन, but I know that I have to separate, I have to read that, I have purchased that and I'm learning that, okay। So these all the knowledge you should have, guys। Fundamental rights are very important because they are like the backbone of the country, they are essential for safeguarding the people's interest। People can approach to the Supreme Court directly in case of a violations of a fundamental rights। Fundamental rights can be amended by the parliament। अब देखो, you should know that who makes the अमेंड कौन कर सकता है, कानून जो भी है, इट बिकम्स इन दी मेड इन दी पार्लियामेंट, है। नो दैट ना, पार्लियामेंट में देयर आर ए टू हाउसेस, लोकसभा एंड राज्यसभा, व्हेन इट वाज पास्ड, तो वो इट बिकम दी कानून व्हेन साइन बाय द प्रेसिडेंट ऑफ इंडिया, राइट, प्रेसिडेंट ऑफ द कंट्री, तो दैट बिकम्स अ लॉ। और आपको पता होना चाहिए, ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है, ये कितनी अमेंडमेंट्स हो चुकी हैं। Yes, fundamental rights can be amended by the parliament by constitutional amendment, but only if the amendment doesn't alter the basic structure of the constitutions। बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट लाइन है। पार्लियामेंट जो होती है, ठीक है, जिसमें एमपीज वगैरह जाते हैं सारे, ठीक है, और दे कैन यू नो दे कैन डू द अमेंडमेंट, व्हेन एनी ऑफ द पार्टी कम्स इनटू द पावर, दे कैन डू द अमेंडमेंट, बट याद रखना, they cannot alter the basic structure of the constitution। क्या जबरदस्त चीज बना के गए हैं, आप देखिए, बाबा बाबा साहेब, राइट। देखो उनको पता था कि भाई इन फ्यूचर, है ना, 1950 में, और अभी देखो अराउंड मोर देन 75 years, they know that any of the government sometimes, after many years will come into the power, they can change the law, they can amend the law, but it has written they cannot alter the basic structure of the constitution। Fundamental rights can be suspended during a national emergency, but The rights guarantees under Article 20 and 21 can't be suspended. Right? Next we talk about list of articles. 6 हमारे fundamental rights हो गए हैं. Okay. अब आगे articles. Articles. Article 21A. Article 21A talks about right to education. बहुत ही important है. You must know. Article 28 declares that state समझ गए ना? State shall provide free and compulsory education to all the children from the age of 6 to 14 years in such a manner as the state may decide. Thus, the provision makes only elementary education a fundamental right and not higher or professional education. मैंने आपको बताया था ना, when the baby born, the fundamental right of the education of the baby, he has to take the elementary education free and compulsory from the age of 6 to 14 years. जितने भी schools हैं, सभी schools में ये reserve भी होती हैं seats for the reserve category also. Article 28 Constitution of India, freedom as to attendance and religious instruction. No religious instruction shall be provided in any educational institutions wholly maintained out of a state funds. Right? Next आ जाओ. Article 29. इसको क्लियर कर देते हैं. Article 29 talks about protection of interest of minorities. आपने देखा होगा ना, इंडिया में बहुत, there are a lot of minorities are putting up in the India, but they are exploited by the majorities. You are aware of that. Article 29 protects the interest of minorities. Any section of the citizen residing in the territory of India or any part thereof having a distinct language, script, or a culture of its own shall have the right to conserve the same. Okay. Article 30, right of minorities to establish and administer educational institution. माइनॉरिटी अपने एजुकेशनल इंस्टीट्यूशन जितने मर्जी खोल सकते हैं. आर्टिकल 30 उनको ये पावर देता है. ऑल माइनॉरिटीज whether based on religion or language shall have the right to establish, administer educational institutions of their choice, like madrasas, like, right, mosque, like church, right? They can open it. Article 30 gives them power. इसको बंद कर देते हैं. आर्टिकल 51A, राइट, ये सेकंड लास्ट है. आर्टिकल 51A ऑफ कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन ऑफ इंडिया, ये फंडामेंटल ड्यूटीज हैं. तो आर्टिकल 51A टॉक्स टू यू, टेल्स टू यू, बीइंग सिटीजन ऑफ इंडिया you have to follow, obey these duty also. Number A, to abide by the constitution and respect its deal and institution, the national flag and the national anthem. है ना, we have to respect our national flag and national anthem. 51 हमें कहते हैं. B, to cherish and follow the noble ideas which inspired our national struggle for freedom. Okay. To uphold and protect the sovereignty, unity and integrity of India. है ना, किसी भी तरीके से हमारी sovereignty, unity, integrity खराब ना हो, हमें उसको प्रोटेक्ट करना है. इंडिया इज ए सॉवरेन कंट्री. आप देख लो, व्हेन यू टॉक अबाउट फॉरेन ना, फॉरेन में तो वो एक ही चीज, एक ही कोई मानते हैं, है ना, पर्संस एक ही हैं, राइट. इंडिया में आप देख लिए, बीइंग इतने पर्संस, डिफरेंट पर्संस होने के बावजूद भी, मतलब वी आर वेरी लकी, वी आर वेरी ब्लेस्ड, ओके, टू ए पार्ट ऑफ दिस कंट्री. टू अपहोल्ड एंड प्रोटेक्ट द सॉवरेनिटी, यूनिटी एंड इंटेग्रिटी ऑफ इंडिया. To promote harmony and spirit of a common brotherhood amongst all the people of India, transcending religious, linguistic and regional or sectional diversities. ठीक है, ये 51A हमें लॉ करता है, हमें इसको फॉलो करना है. ये लास्ट है. आर्टिकल 350 and 351. Article 350, language to be used in representation for redress of grievances. Article 350 declares that every person shall be entitled to submit a representation for the redress of any grievance to any officer or authority of union or state in any of the language used in the union or in the state as the case may be. Okay, तो उस लैंग्वेज में वो दे सकते हैं. आर्टिकल 351, डायरेक्टिव फॉर डेवलपमेंट ऑफ ए हिंदी लैंग्वेज. It shall be the duty of the union to promote the spread of a Hindi language, to develop it so that it may serve as a medium of expression for all the elements of the composite culture of India. Right? So thank you so much guys for this lecture. अभी इसको एक मैं I open the one our syllabus that I'm going to open, so that now we will come to know that with what we have discussed today. Guys, you can see that this is your paper 2. Okay, see that contemporary Indian educations, right? So if unit 1, these parts we are discussed today. Okay, I'm going to highlight it because whatever I'm discussing, I'm taking your lecture. So the topic, when I finish that, I'm going to highlight it, right? ये देखिए यूनिट 1 में we have talked about all the articles of contemporary Indian and education, right? So you are aware of that. Okay, next we will do directive principles and right to education in the next lecture. Okay guys, so thank you guys for this lecture. Thank you so much once again. Thank you.